Football is turning soft. The days of gritty, grinded-out football are fading because nobody wants to get down and dirty anymore. And the most impactful position in the game, the fullback, is going extinct. That is, until one legend recently revived the position. This is LaBulldozer Chop Block IX. Known around college football as the freight train, LaBulldozer puts his body on the line every play so that his running backs don't get touched. LaBulldozer doesn't care about his stats, touchdowns, or fame. He just barrels around the field and pancakes anyone in his path. Standing at 4'11", 500 pounds, Chop Block is the most feared man in college football. As soon as the whistle blows, he becomes a human wrecking ball that craves physical contact. LaBulldozer is not just reviving the fullback position, he's reinventing it. Forget flashy passes and trick plays. Run the football straight down their throats, the way it was meant to be played. Do you think Bulldozer has what it takes to become the first fullback to win the Heisman? To give ourselves the best shot, we crafted a tough schedule for Boise State because you can't win the Heisman playing against poverty Mountain West programs. Fullbacks never get the recognition they deserve. Determined to change the narrative, LaBulldozer Chop Block IX set out on a mission to win the Heisman Trophy and restore glory to fullbacks everywhere. But in Game 1 against the Georgia DUIs, LaBulldozer realized he had a real challenge on his hands. From the first snap of the game, the 4'11", 500-pound wrecking ball barreled around the field, steamrolling anything and everything in his sight. Chop Block was dropped one too many times as a baby, so now he craves more physical contact than Diddy. One play after another, LaBulldozer cleared paths for his running back against the alleged best defense in college football. And in the end, Boise State came out on top by a slim margin of 102-36. But LaBulldozer quickly realized that all the attention was going to his running back, Ashton Jey, who put up over 1,000 rushing yards and 14 touchdowns. Buddy is overrated. Even Helen Keller could score touchdowns with Bulldozer blocking for her. Chop Block isn't about stats or fame, but if the world needed a reminder of what fullbacks can do, then so be it. Time for the home opener. Boise State's home field is blue, but LaBulldozer Chop Block IX turns it red with his opponent's blood by the end of every game. There has only been one fullback to ever win the Heisman, and it was back in the Adolf Hitler era. The game has changed a lot since then, so LaBulldozer knew he had to start making flashy plays and put up absurd stat lines to even be considered. Bro usually just wheels around the field pancaking defenders, so he isn't used to having the ball in his hands. Just look at this 500-pound brainless meathead midget run around aimlessly. But still, after putting up 345 points single-handedly in Week 2, LaBulldozer is still in second place in the Heisman race, behind only his teammate, Ashton Jey. So next game at LSU, Bulldozer had to go deep in his bag of tricks to pull off some that Jey can't do. At this rate, they might have to split the Heisman in half. Lay Heisman marched into Death Valley in Week 3 and put up a final stat line of 435 rushing yards, 150 receiving yards, 356 passing yards, accounted for all 112 points, and is now rumored to be dating Livy Dunn. After steamrolling LSU in Week 3, it's time for LaBulldozer's first real test of the season, Alabama, in Nick Saban Stadium. The entire nation is tuned in for the matchup of the week. Can Alabama's defense handle LaBulldozer Chop Block IX?
The Boise State Broncos, taking on the 12th ranked team in the land, the Alabama Crimson Tide.
Watch the fullback go to work.
Come here, give me the Macy's.
It's rumored that Nick Saban retired because he was scared of the Bulldozer.
Sit down.
Gooseneck, young fella! Gooseneck, big fella! Ain't nobody know you.
Oh yeah, give me that ACL. Give me that ACL. Come here. Give them legs. Come here.
What time is it?
Oh, well, I think it's time!
Oh yeah, I'm about to hurdle somebody. Oh yeah, it's you. Come here. Run him over. Oh yeah, take his ability to breathe. Yeah.
LaBulldozer spent the entire game doing what he does best, pancaking Alabama's defense into the dirt. But while LaBulldozer was busy turning the Crimson Tide into roadkill, he didn't even notice that his own teammate, Ashton Jey, was quietly racking up some insane stats. Ashton Jey was out there putting on a show, and then it happened. Jey hit the Heisman pose right there on the field, taunting Chop Block, the fullback who made it all possible. Boise State still walked away with a 105-50 win over Alabama, and LaBulldozer took home some of the Alabama players' girlfriends who were also their sisters. After dominating Alabama, it was time for Boise State to take on Notre Dame. And right from the first play, LaBulldozer Chop Block IX set the tone.
Now the toss.
Scoring a touchdown before the Irish even knew what hit them. But he wasn't done there. LaBulldozer ran wild, touchdown after touchdown. Whether it was rushing, receiving, or even returning punts and kickoffs, Chop Block put on a fullback masterclass. Boise State walked away with a 93-59 win.
Fires deep for the end zone. Touchdown Broncos. And the punishment has been extended.
Next up, Texas A&M.
The Boise State Broncos taking on a team from the SEC.
The crowd was electric, on their feet for the first drive.
Everybody gets excited when the Big Ten takes on the SEC. And these games matter so much. The fans get so amped.
And LaBulldozer took it to the house on the very first play. But as the game went on, things got dicey. Ashton Jey threatened to enter the transfer portal mid-game if he didn't get the ball. So LaBulldozer, being the team player, did what he does best, blocked.
Joe ain't nothing without counting football.
To put an exclamation point on the game, LaBulldozer decided to take matters into his own hands. He subbed in as the kick returner and took it all the way to the house, sealing a 126-51 win in College Station. Now, it was time for LaBulldozer's first Big Ten Conference game against Indiana. And College game day is here. Being a fullback, it was a no-brainer for LaBulldozer Chop Block IX to commit to Army, but immediately regretted his decision. Instead of training for the upcoming season, they shipped his ass to Afghanistan. The U.S. military recognized LaBulldozer's unique skill set, so they didn't even give him a weapon. He just went around running over terrorists. Anyway, LaBulldozer started off the game running all over the Indiana defense, like he did against Al-Qaeda in the Middle East. But after capping off this insane run by fumbling at the 1-yard line, Boise State's offensive coordinator decided to stick to their bread and butter, giving the ball to Ashton Jey. Boise State's head coach had enough of Bulldozer dicking around, so he made him stick to pancaking kids. Bulldozer was starting to regret not going to Georgia. The only reason he decided against Georgia is because they made it mandatory for all players to get a DUI before stepping foot onto the field. But Chop Block threatened to use his combat moves on the coach and ended up getting one more touch to cap off a big 29-point win on the road. After that big win in Indiana, it's week 8, and the entire nation is debating whether this two-way podcaster or this juiced-up freak should win the Heisman. But nobody realizes the only reason Ashton Jey is halfway decent is 'cause of fullback LaBulldozer Chop Block IX. This 4'11", 500-pounder is a Saturday afternoon nightmare for defenses. At this point in the season, LaBulldozer is sick of Jey stealing all the headlines, so he decided it's time to get selfish. This absolute freight train marched into Texas and broke Barry Sanders' single-season rushing record in one half of football. But still, the media is thirsty for clicks and doesn't want to put the spotlight on LaBulldozer, a non-flashy, law-abiding student with a 4.0 GPA. Knowing this, LaBulldozer signed NIL deals with the International House of Pancakes, Lunchly, the Hawk Tua podcast, and made an OnlyFans during the game. After losing by 85, Texas disbanded their poverty football program, so Arch Manning is now working at the local Sonic drive-thru. Next up, a road game against North Carolina. LaBulldozer Chop Block IX came out swinging, making defenders look like idiots. In my last video, I made a joke about how Vanderbilt should disband their football program and stick to baseball, and then 2 days later they beat Alabama. So I know as soon as I say this, North Carolina is going to do something crazy, but they should only be a basketball school. They have dope colors, but they are atrocious at football. By halftime, the game had gotten so out of hand that the coach pulled LaBulldozer to rest him up for the big games ahead. And that's when Ashton Jey decided to put on a show, taunting with the Heisman pose after each touchdown like he was already holding the trophy. Before I forget, if you aren't new here, you know I do a giveaway every video to show love back to y'all. But now I'm gonna shake it up. Comment LaBulldozer. If I don't reply to your comment in 24 hours, I will give you $100.
That's all I needed for him to do that, and it became personal with me.
LaBulldozer wasn't about to sit back and let Jey taunt him, so he subbed himself back in as the punt returner. I'm dead serious though. There's over 500 comments on my last video and I've replied to every single one. And of course he took it all the way to the house, touchdown. But Jey didn't quit. He kept scoring, kept hitting the Heisman. And then, even Boise State's no-name quarterback joined in, thinking he was in the Heisman race too. Things got wildly out of hand in North Carolina. When the dust finally settled, the scoreboard read an unreal 212-45 in favor of Boise State. Next up, a true test of LaBulldozer's dominance, back at home against Fullback University, Wisconsin. And you can bet LaBulldozer was ready to show the original fullback school that there's a new sheriff in town.
Been a while since he's seen a hole that big.
Touchdown, BSU. And there's the handoff.
You have to like when there's a guy coming right in your face and he just sits in there and delivers it really well.
Got space.
He going deep.
Touchdown, BSU.
With the clock running out, LaBulldozer demanded one more touch and made the most out of it. Seriously though, smack that like button and drop a comment because I don't make any money off these videos. I'm doing it for the love of the game. The dwarf unit takes it into the end zone as time expires and invites all girls in the stands above a 6 to his house party after the game to cap off a nail-biting 76-17 win. Then it was on to Illinois for the final home game of the season, and someone needs to be fired because how do both teams show up wearing the same jersey?
His ability to suck in these balls.
Guaranteed over 50 comments will say, bro is playing on freshman mode. First of all, be more creative. Second of all, this thing is on Heisman. This video is dropping the day after Election Day, and our country is more divided than ever. But have no fear, because the Lay steroid universe unites everyone together. Comment what you want to see next. LaBulldozer barely broke a sweat. Boise State came out with an 82-0 blowout, making Illinois look like a Pop Warner team. And then, it all came down to the final regular season game. A showdown in the big house against Michigan. The entire nation was watching, wondering if LaBulldozer could carry this team one more time. But we all know by now, this fullback isn't here to play around. Can the fullback continue his run for Heisman glory against the Big Ten powerhouse?
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. You'll pitch it. Afterburner's coming. Touchdown, Broncos. They're ready to give it another step. The last time they had the ball, they wound up giving up a safety, Jesse.
Yeah, that was ungood the last time they had the ball. So they got to do something here offensively to get into a rhythm, running and throwing the football. Try to find that consistency. And try to find something positive with this offense. Forget about the safety. Those don't happen very often. Try to get some.
Even after spying on Boise State's practice all week, the Wolverines still couldn't slow down LaBulldozer, and the game started to get out of hand. One of the best traditions in college football is when fans, cheerleaders, or soldiers rep out push-ups after a touchdown. 1 point equals 1 push-up. But Boise State's ROTC soldiers are so fed up with LaBulldozer Chop Block IX and Ashton Jey scoring so many touchdowns that they all are requesting to be transferred to the Middle East. The soldiers believe stepping foot on a live Afghanistani battlefield is easier than having to rep out hundreds of push-ups every Saturday afternoon. You're not seeing quadruple. This is 4 separate LaBulldozer punt return touchdowns in the same game against Michigan's overrated program. This 4'11", 500-pound freight train has revived the fullback position by inspiring little jagoffs around the world to become a pancake machine like him. When fullback reclassified from 4th grade last year, he never would have thought that he would lead his team to a 190-28 win in the Big House and have a shot at the Heisman Trophy. There's only one game left in the season, the Big Ten Championship, and Bulldozer needs to outscore Ashton Jey by 8 touchdowns to win the Heisman. Do you think Chop Block can pull off the impossible?
Give me the ball, buddy.
And he's going to bring this out from a couple yards deep in the end zone.
Spin move, spin move. Yeah, I'm going. Yes, sir.
Goes will line up on 1st and 10. And there's the handoff.
If Bulldozer outscores Ashton Jey, we will be leaving Lucas Oil Stadium with the Heisman Trophy, so we ain't playing no games here.
Touchdown, Boise State now goes in motion.
As Bro closes in on the overrated touchdown leader, let's take a look at Bulldozer's season stats to this point. 4.7K rushing yards with 82 rushing touchdowns, 5.3 thousand receiving yards with 56 more receiving touchdowns, and this isn't even including Chop Block's special team stats, to which he added another 35 touchdowns. Additionally, Bro sent 69 players into retirement, caused 15 comas, and the NCAA is actively trying to cover up how many players he killed.
Oh yeah, where you going? Spin move. Where you going?
I need to see that again. Bro scores as the first half ends.
Give me the rock. I'm out of this. GT is overrated. Oh yeah. I'm gone. Come here, bro. Hey.
Offense is back out on the field. And take the field with serious
7-11, the Bulldozer always open.
Stop so far.
Give me
Can they
that.
keep it going?
Get
He
off.
pulls in the catch.
Hey.
Powering through the defender. Breaks clear. End zone ahead. The 10. Crosses the 10. Touchdown, Boise State to stretch the lead.
Just like that, Bulldozer has tied Jey. Next touchdown secures the Heisman.
From inside the 5. Bulldozing his way through those tackles.
He did it! One more for good measure.
Has not been there today at all. What a dominant performance by this offense on the other
Can't catch me. Nuts in your face.
Touchdown, Boise State. This one is getting ugly. Look at the
This video was simply, can a fullback win the Heisman? And we succeeded in doing so with ease. Unfortunately, Bulldozer entered the transfer portal, so Boise State got dog-walked by Heisman transfer portal and Coastal Carolina in the first round of the playoffs. Without Chop Block there to block for him, Ashton Jey rushed for negative 100 yards. And that's it. Against all odds, Bulldozer Chop Block IX defied the entire football world and won the Heisman Trophy. A fullback hasn't gotten this much respect since the dawn of football, but Bulldozer just changed the game forever. So now I've got a question for you. Which position should go for the Heisman next? Do we need a Heisman-winning kicker? A defensive tackle? Let me know in the comments, because fullback was too easy. Drop a like and hit that subscribe button. It's just a button, and it helps me out big time. See you in the next banger. Peace!